We can do. Let's do the lottery winner. Let's do something like a little less loaded. The lottery winner. It's not less loaded. It's more loaded because that guy's loaded. Oh, stop. This is what we're watching now. This person came into my chat and harassed me. I have to listen to people who are obnoxious. It's called, I won $28 million in the lottery. Ask me anything. Is that before or after taxes? Because you know how they do this? It's actually weird. I think that what they do is that the lottery winnings are actually a certain amount of money if you get it over a certain period of time. So let's say you win $1 billion. It's actually $1 billion over, I think, I could be wrong, 20 years. So if you want to take it, and you're supposed to take it in a lump sum, you actually will only get like 800 million. That would be more, because like calculated with what is it called, inflation and whatnot, would make it like more money, right? So they give you the lump sum, and what's today's value would be like, let's say it's 800 million, and then you obviously have to pay like 50% of your taxes on it. So you only come away with $400 million. Could you imagine only getting $400 million? Oh my goodness. By the way, don't play the lottery. It is just a tax on poor people. That's literally all it is. The probability of you actually being able to win is incredible, and the poorest people spend the most money proportionate to the amount of money they have on lottery tickets. Don't buy lottery tickets. I buy them for Christmas because they're fun and whatever, but like what a sensation to get addicted to. It's crazy. And I feel like the people that are most addicted to lottery tickets are the people who buy them and then don't just scan it. You don't have to, I'm going to scratch off. You don't need to scratch it off. You just go and scan it. Like, there's no reason to play the game. It's weird. Anyway, let's go.
Hey, good humans, Milky here.
And Timmy.
Timmy, what
Her name is Melky?
would you do if you won the
I'm just saying, like, if my name was Melky, you'd see my big milkers, you know, and I'm not trying to be inappropriate. I'm just saying that would make the most sense to me.
lottery?
Maybe long walks on the beach.
It may be an advertisement for something. What is this?
Extremely lightweight.
Oh, shoes. Fantastic. Okay, let's get on to the actual video.
Without a second
Oh,
thought.
it's
They're
still.
made from Diamond
Oh, it's still.
Tex, a dual climate knit material that keeps you cool in the summer and warm in colder.
It's still shoes. Get out of here. Okay.
That's I'm not doing it justice. It wasn't that.
If you were alone in a room with someone who won the lottery, what would you ask?
What was
I'd say, how fast can you run? How much money do you have on you? I'm just wondering. And I would hope that they're like disabled, because I certainly could not catch them. I mean, I am morbidly obese.
the first thing you bought when you won the lottery? Have you felt taken advantage of?
I buy a car, bro. I buy a consumerism. I buy like a fucking Dodge Challenger or something.
By friends or relatives?
Do you think that winning the lottery has like exponentially like added to your happiness?
Absolutely, bro. Are you kidding me? This is diminishing returns on money, but like if you don't have a lot of money and you boom, 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 you're gonna have lots of happiness. You know?
I think that.
Oh, damn, you made the person disappear.
Hi, I'm Andrew. Nice to meet you.
Can I have some? That's my first question.
Hi, Andrew. I'm Timothy. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Well, if they're disabled though, and they're in like if they have a lot of money though, they will be in like a really nice wheelchair. It'd be like a rocket, you know? So it'd be kind of cool.
What's up, big ballin' boy? Who's cracking?
Big bottom boy? What?
Hey, how you doing?
Dude, I'm doing good, bro. How much was it, man? We want to know. I want to know.
Oh,
All right, relax. He's not gonna give it to you. Like, chill out.
when I won, it was 28 million.
Jesus!
How much did you actually? I would actually genuinely ask, like, how much did you actually end up getting? Did you take the lump sum?
28 million? Where am I at 28 million right now? Man. Ooh,
God.
I'd go to Cheesecake Factory.
So when did you win the lottery
That's actually fucking base as hell. That's fucking base. That guy's base as fuck.
and how old were you?
I won in 1999, and I was 21 years old.
Wow.
How did you come into this like
Have any left? Like, did you spend it all like an idiot?
winning lottery ticket?
Worked at a gas station, 40 to 60 hours a week for a little over minimum wage, and I sold it to myself while I was working.
Were you
Wow.
somebody
Wait, is that illegal? Imagine the job's like, wait, you can't do that. It's ours now, and they take all the money because it's part of a thing. part of their policy?
Who played the lottery frequently? Like, was this your dream to win the lottery?
Kind of a crazy story, but I actually had a dream about winning the lottery a few months before it happened in real life. So
Then I played the lottery every single day, and I actually won.
I was living in an efficiency, sleeping on an air mattress, just trying to put myself through college. I had this very vivid dream that I had won the lottery. I woke up and it took a little bit to understand that it hadn't already happened. It was that real. And so
Those are the worst dreams, bro. Those are the worst fucking dreams. You know, I remember being a kid, I had dreams just like this. I had one dream where I was like, I went and I caught like the coolest Pokemon, right? At the time I loved Snorlax, so I caught a fucking boss-ass Snorlax. And then Misty thought it was so cool that she gave me a kiss. I was a young boy, so I was like, oh my goodness. I also didn't know what sex was at the time, so we just hugged, and I thought that we had sex. It was that, and then I woke up and it wasn't true. I just had some weird stuff in my pants and I started crying. So it was pretty sad stuff, man.
After that point in time, I started playing the lottery a little more consistently because I believed that, you know, it could happen or that it was likely to happen. And some people think that's just coincidence, but, you know, it happened.
So what was it like winning it?
Oh, it was so surreal.
Right.
Yeah.
It's one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me. I mean,
But let's be real. What did I say at the beginning of the segment? Only poor people spend too much money on lottery tickets. This guy was poor. He was looking for that 1 in a million shot. But I respect it. But then again, you know what I'm saying?
it was 1 minute you're working at a gas station, next minute you win millions of dollars. I mean, your life is turned on its head. It was crazy.
Could you recreate that?
I thought that she was like naked and just had the overalls on, but it's just a shirt, the same color as her skin.
Energy? Can you what did your scream sound like?
Ah! I don't know. That's I'm not doing it justice. It wasn't that.
What was the first thing you bought when you
Her too. Why did everybody wear overalls? Okay.
won the lottery? Like, first thing, even if it was gas, just
Fucking food, bro.
so what was the first transaction you made after you won the lottery?
This is
Did you put your 2 weeks notice in after you won the lottery?
going to sound kind of funny, but it was actually a video game system. It was the latest, greatest video game system.
What was
it
it?
was a N64, and I'm dating
Wow.
myself because that's age. But I was 21 years old.
I'd date myself too if I had all that money. You think I'm gonna share it with some fucking stupid woman? No, I'm just kidding. I love my life.
This was 1999, and that thing at the time was awesome. And so that's the
Yeah,
first thing
it
I
was pretty
purchased.
base.
What's the most expensive thing that you've bought?
I've never really been into material possessions too much. I've
Come on,
purchased
bro.
some real estate, new vehicles. The nicest car I've ever purchased was probably a new Audi A4.
After you get that money, I feel like you have some kind of clarity from certain anxieties. Like, you don't think about, the bills you got to pay. What was the thing you had to worry about after you got like that anxiety covered of having to survive? What was like the next anxiety?
The next one was making sure that people didn't want to use me.
Right.
And trusting people. I mean, that
True.
was the next big anxiety.
That's gotta be difficult because he's only 21 years old. Like, if you win it when you're like 30 and you got like a whole wife and shit, then probably easier.
Have you felt taken advantage of by friends or relatives?
People can come out of the woodwork, especially if you have to claim the prize publicly or if you choose to. That's very real.
Yeah, I think you have to claim it publicly, no? I think you're pretty sure you have to claim it publicly so people are gonna know.
happened to me. I couldn't even go into a grocery store without people knowing who I was. So I had to move. There were people, they wanted me to pay for their debt. I received stacks of letters from people asking, pleading for money. And of course,
Damn. You gotta shoot your shot though, you know what I mean?
so I felt sorry for everyone that has asked for money. I did a lot for other people. I did everything that I could. But I also had an understanding that I couldn't just give and give and give everything, or I would go broke rather quickly because there's too much disparity in the world.
That's true. That's true. I wonder what I would do if I won a ton of money, because you don't need that much money. So I feel like putting it back into the world in a positive way is probably a good idea. I just don't know how I would.
They view it
Zed
as
King super chatted $5. They all robbed him after this video.
Yeah, right. Thank you for the $5, brother. But yeah, maybe they did.
you get something for nothing, and
In Illinois, you don't have to say it publicly. Oh, okay.
therefore I should be entitled to it. Some people feel that way.
How sexy is your credit score right now?
I mean, I can't complain.
It doesn't really matter. He doesn't even need a credit score.
I can't complain about my.
So it's pretty
my credit
sexy.
score.
It's pretty sexy.
All right, relax. She's like really laying it on thick. This isn't a sugar baby website, girl. Relax.
I would say so.
And you should have showed up in a better outfit if you wanted this guy to fuck you, okay?
Like, Sports Illustrated cover sexy.
Yeah, walking down the
Or relax.
runway.
How do you feel about like the taxes in the U.S., for example? Like,
There you go.
Should people who have your amount of wealth be taxed?
Well, first of all, if you win,
Well, of course. Yes, absolutely. They should be taxed. Are you fucking kidding me? Absolutely. I mean, just playing the lottery is a tax, like we said. Do you have to publicly claim the lottery winnings? Let's see what that says. However, public disclosure laws actually vary by state according to each state's lottery website, as well as Mega Millions. Lotteries, some states require their lotteries to be public. I wonder why they force you to say it publicly, because I feel like that's kind of annoying. Why do you have to claim it publicly? Why do you have to claim lottery publicly? That just seems so bizarre to me, because I feel like that puts a target on your back. Why would you have to do that? I'm trying to think of the argument. Is there a reason for it? It shows that people actually win. I guess that makes sense. Maybe so that, like, because I remember, this is crazy, but I think that McDonald's did this thing where they were like giving out, they did their own like little lottery. You bought the cups and then you peel the stickers off. And it turned out that like people were just giving it to like the CEOs or like people in like the higher up areas or something. Maybe that's why, to make sure that like you have, it's full disclosure. That makes sense. You know.
The lottery in the United States, that is, the initial payment when you go to the lottery office and claim the prize, the initial payment that you receive is heavily taxed because they...
Good. Well, it's not just taxed. It's not just taxed. Again, this would be like $28 million over 20 years. So if you wanted to get it $28 million, you have to take a certain amount of money per month. Then they factor in what is it called? Fuck inflation and shit like that.
You know, it's part of income tax, and it's very, very high in the United States.
Good.
And so there are lots of people that argue that it should not be so high.
I never would argue that. That's ridiculous. This guy's he got $12 million. He'll be okay. He's not going to fucking explode come. Okay.
How much do you have left?
Well, I can't publicly say that because of a non-disclosure agreement. Non-disclosure agreement. Non-disclosure agreement.
Interesting. Interesting. He has a non-disclosure agreement, so he can't say anything. Huh. Oh, he got almost 16 million. He got taxed 12 million, basically. That's interesting. I wonder why they do that. It's probably because people, oh man, that's like shitty. Ooh, that's dirty. That's so dirty that they don't let you tell how much that they get. I feel like that's because it has to have something to do with the fact that it's probably super like addicting to get this money. And they're like, you can't tell anybody how much money you have left publicly at all. So that if he burns through it, people can't look at him and go, oh, look at this guy. He won the lottery. Now he's a fucking loser. You know? Huh. Because I feel like that would make the lottery look worse, right?
Which prevents me from talking about that.
What do you do for a living now?
I direct a podcast that I created on YouTube where I'm interviewing other people that I find fascinating, including some other lottery winners or people that have overcome the odds in life. It's
really, I'm curious on here. Is it a high value male podcast? Is this him, Timothy Schultz?
Are you listening?
Oh, he actually has like a legit podcast, kind of. Hey, can I have? Should we all go on here and ask him if we could have money? Can I be on your podcast? Let me go on your podcast. Wow. It's a lot of lottery stuff. I mean, why not? You don't even need the money. It's pretty cheap to have a podcast.
Are you listening?
Seeking new guests.
Hello, my friends. I wanted to announce an opportunity for you to appear on this podcast. I'm so unbelievably excited to announce that we do have openings for new guests to be interviewed on this podcast, Lottery, Dreams, and Fortune. If you have a story of overcoming the odds, whether it's a lottery win or anything else in life,
I'm white. I didn't overcome anything.
To hear about it, email my team for consideration.
I'm also fat, so I can't climb over things.
On this podcast, I will put a link to this email address below, but we want to hear from you.
This is fucking like stock images. Okay. I'll come on. I'll come on the podcast. Come on the podcast. I overcame my fear of doorknobs. I didn't actually. I check them constantly every night. I don't know. What did I overcome? Nothing. I'll come on the podcast. Let's legalize nuclear bombs. I don't know. I did overcome the most painful live stream with Def Noodles. That's true. That's true. Papa, 28 million isn't a lot of money. Private schools cost like 50,000 a year plus taxes. Shut up! Shut up! What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's not a lot of money. Yes, it is. $16 million is a lot of money, okay? And I don't have to put my kid in a fucking private school. It's like the idea that I would need to do that. That's not like a necessary requirement. You silly goose. I overcame my addiction to... Here we go. I'll just put that. I'll come on the podcast. I'm not even commenting on a verified account anymore because I fucking restarted.
Labor of love, I would say.
So you don't need to be working.
Oh, what were we talking about?
On YouTube, where I'm interviewing other people that I find fascinating, including some other lottery winners or people that have overcome the odds in life. It's more of a labor of love, I would say.
I feel like I look kind of good with my hat backwards, but this is so cringe, right?
You don't need to be working.
No.
Why?
Did I say I'll come the podcast? Hey. Fuck it.
Why don't you retire now?
You can argue that I retired when I was 21 years old. You know,
I mean, like, honestly, I feel like people in general, and I feel like it's more of a man thing, but I feel like people in general, when they retire and they lose, and they don't have like a meaning in their life, they just die. I've heard stories of like older men, especially like in their 60s, they retire from like their job of 40 years and they just fucking die. That's pretty much it. They just fucking die.
it took me a while to try to understand what makes me happy. And I think for a lot of people, might feel this way. Like when you wake up in the morning, are you looking forward to something? I couldn't just sit on a beach.
I actually did overcome a cancellation. Oh, you know what? Should I actually not meme the fuck out of this guy? Wait.
Are you listening?
No, shut up. Wait, should I actually tell this guy I overcame a TikTok cancellation? Hold on. Actually, I'll come the podcast. I actually did overcome a TikTok cancellation. I used to, because I don't want to come on the guy's podcast. I used to have 1.2 million followers and verified. I now have a steady career on YouTube. He's not going to think that it's true, because if you go to my account, my views aren't that bad, though. Let's be real. They're actually pretty decent. I mean, like, overall. I do well, so. All right. We reversed the meme. We did like a reverse meme card on that one. Okay?
Every day for forever and just, drink Mai Tais and Coronas or whatever, or, just be a beach bum. Some people, maybe they could, but for me, I needed a purpose. I needed a reason to wake up in the morning and look forward to life.
Do you think that winning the lottery has exponentially added to your happiness?
I think...
Yeah, no shit, huh? Especially if you're fucking poor.
It's allowed, in the sense that it's allowed me to pursue my dreams without stressing so much about financial obligations it has.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
But it hasn't changed me as a person. I mean, if I had not won the lottery, I still would have pursued film and journalism and pursuing my dreams, because 99.9% of everyone that's ever achieved their dreams has not won the lottery, and you absolutely don't have to. But it can help.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like most of us would be fucked, You should go on Anthony Padilla for famous TikTokers. Joking. I would. Anthony Padilla seems like a nice guy, but it would never happen. That's the thing. I need to get my shit out there networking wise next year. I really I want to build up a little bit, and then I really should start advocating for myself. I really should advocate for myself more, because that's what you got to do, right?
That is true.
Do you feel like you deserve the money that you won?
I do.
I never would. I don't even feel like I deserve this job here. I'm fucking thankful for it. I feel like you should never feel like you deserve anything. I feel like that's just, you just shouldn't, you should, there are things that maybe you do deserve, but I just feel like I don't deserve anything. But I don't do it in a negative way, right? A lot of people, for instance, I know I deserve my wife, but she's so good to me. I always talk about my fucking wife. Holy fuck. How cringe is it that I bring her up all the time? Holy fuck. But see, all jokes aside, I don't feel like I deserve this job, but I'm thankful for it, and it makes me put in the effort to try to do the best that I can to provide reasonable content that makes me happy and makes people happy that enjoy it. I don't feel like my wife, blah 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 blah, my wife. Sneeko was right. But like it motivates me to work hard every day to like please my wife, you know. That's how I look at things when I feel like I'm not worth it. I don't feel like I shouldn't have it. It's just like one of those things, you know. I try to use it as like a positive way instead of like I don't deserve anything, like a fucking, you know, crybaby. I'm not a crybaby, you know. It's more of like a motivation tactic, you know. That's what I would say. That's like a motivation. So I try to frame it in a positive way. Don't go out there and be like, I don't deserve anything. Like, that's not a good thing. If you're that person, don't do that. But always work as if you don't deserve something. That's what it should be. But be thankful. Yeah, I am codependent on my wife, unironically. I'm not even kidding, bro. She is for me too, bro. Well, no joke. It's life.
I mean, I'm forever grateful, though. Do I deserve it more than someone on the street? Not necessarily. When I initially won, I mean, the exhilaration is through the roof. So unbelievably excited, but most of my peers and my family were not at that place, and so.
Strange Kevin Chat was impressed that you were playing WoW, watching the video, and talking to chat and commenting at the same time. Bro, listen. Let me just tell you, my ADHD is a superpower. No, but I can't focus on one thing, so I'm like looking all around. That's why shit like that happens.
So once the exhilaration wore off, I even felt a sense of guilt for having won. And I came across this thing called sudden wealth syndrome, which I would have no idea.
A psychological condition where the overwhelming pressures of unexpected and or abrupt fortune can develop into emotional and behavioral afflictions. Interesting. Bro, in all honesty, if I won the lottery, not even that. Like, if I do really well, there's so many things I would like to do. My wife and I talk about it, like what things we would want to do. We've juggled with the idea of opening up like a gym for fat people. I know that sounds crazy, but like that would have potential like mental health support structures in it. That's like a pipe dream kind of thing. We've talked about opening up like a group of tiny homes for people that are like homeless people, potentially like homeless veterans to start, where like you could even get yourself employed there because they're smaller homes and like maybe there would be like a communal bathroom and then you have to have like somebody that can like clean the bathroom and stuff like that. But you need mental health counseling. That'd probably be the biggest thing. I would definitely love to give back to like my family, especially my aunt Kathy. That's like my uncle. People know who my uncle is. Like that's my uncle Best Way is like a very prominent like male figure in my life. I would love to be able to give back to them for like all the tremendous support that they've given to me. There's a lot of different things. I bounced with the idea of opening up like like a mom and pop shop, like a mama and papa. I've opened an idea. What would be really cool, and maybe is the most realistic, if I had like a lot of money, is to open up like almost a 7-Eleven-ish kind of a thing, and ideally, and I don't know if this would ever happen, like make it like a mini grocery store almost. Like have like milk and eggs, which is in a lot of places, but even like maybe fresh fruits and vegetables would be kind of a cool idea, because if that could fix the potential food desert problem, right? But also try to pay my workers a livable wage, but in a way where it's like a percentage of profits. Does that make sense, right? Instead, like don't pay myself too much. Get like a manager who knows how to run things, pay employees, and then pay them like by hour, but then plus profits or something, so that it would actually be like a livable wage job, but also incentivize them to like work harder, because then if they do provide excellent service, the higher profits, that means that they'll be able to make more money as well. They can be invested in like in the thing as well, something like that. That would be cool. I don't know if I'd be able to get fresh fruits and stuff. Yeah, that's expensive. That part might not actually work out. But the other part of paying people well, like owning like a 7-Eleven type store and then paying people, a decent amount of money would be, that would be kind of cool. So
that even means, I looked it up and I was like, that is really funny, because I feel like I'm experiencing a lot of these types of things.
Knowing what you know now, would you recommend other people to buy a lottery ticket?
No, you shouldn't. Hopefully he says no.
Or would you recommend other ways to make money?
Well, only do it if you have a fucking profound dream.
Obviously, yeah. It's very...
Well, my advice is to if you play the lottery, only spend what you can afford. But the risk-reward payoff, is huge. If you're spending $2 on a ticket and you hit millions of dollars, that's a pretty big deal.
The probability that you're going to win is non-existent. Like, you shouldn't play the lottery, like, realistically speaking, unless you're doing it for like a funny meme or a goof. If you're actually playing the lottery to try to like change your life, it's probably just not a good idea. This guy's a 1 in a trillion case here. You know what I mean?
Never spend more than you can afford and have fun with it. And remember that you do have a chance to win if you play, because that is the truth, and that's That's my advice. I mean, you can't win if you don't play it. I hate to be that guy, but it's true.
Yeah, I expect him to have that perspective because like he won the lottery.
Love to meet Timothy after hearing his soothing voice.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing?
Yo, bro.
He's yelling. Fuck.
Oh,
Yeah,
gnarly.
Nice to meet you.
What are the odds you
Jesus, this guy looks like Call Me Carson. Okay, that was actually an interesting video. I like that video.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.